So we started to discuss yesterday that there was a possibility that by taking pinprick aim, that we could hold a belief that our brain would conspire with our body, and this knowledge of how specific we were about the target would use every piece of talent and resource that we had at an unconscious level as well as a conscious level to get us to go to that target. So tomorrow I'm going to talk a little bit about the more of the conscious material that we could do, but today we're going to talk a little bit about fully taking advantage of our unconscious ability to target, and that the more specific this target, the more likely you are to get there. So if you're going on holiday but you don't choose a destination, then certainly if you have criteria like sun, warmth, and you go south to the Antarctic, you're not going to get your goal. So you need to know where it is you're going to map how to get there, and the more specific you've designated where you want to go. We saw from the ladder exercise and from the aiming at the middle of the fairway exercise that was going to engage you in the process both consciously and unconsciously more. So I'm going to give you a little technique now to help expand on this and your unconscious ability to tap into the target. It's very simple. There's two ways to do it. So I just want you to take time out for 2 seconds, and if you've got a window or something like this in front of you, then, and it can be absolutely anything, but look at a house outside. As you look at that house now, I want you to transfer your attention to the right top window of that house. And as you look at that right top window, I want you to look at where the outside of the frame on the right hand corner converge to the pinprick that is that corner. Now, as you think about how you did that exercise and what happened, reflect on how that led you into focus, and maybe you stopped hearing the sounds that were in the room. Maybe you stopped hearing the sounds that were outside the room. Maybe you stopped seeing the houses that were on the other side of the house and stopped seeing the door as you started to focus in on the window. Now, straight away we can see that if we were to have this idea of focusing on something specific, then it would probably be pretty hard to see the lake on the right and the out of bounds on the left, which, as I've said before, are things that we normally think about trying to avoid, rather than pick on something that we want to be attracted to and then how specific that is. Now, there is another way that we can do this, so I just want you again for a second just to look at the right hand corner of that window, and then I want you to look at the window frame, and then back to the right hand corner of that window frame, then go out to the house, then back into the right hand corner of the window frame, then see all of the houses on in the road, then go back to the right hand corner. If you really want to go mad, go and see the whole world, the whole earth from space, and then go back into that right hand corner of that window frame. Now, what that does is almost create a vortex acceleration, so that really deepens down into the unconscious where it is that you want to be going. One or two of you may have found the second one a little better, and others the first one. Whichever one it is, that's going to be the system when you get back on the golf course that you're going to adopt to get the unconscious to know exactly where you want to go as you then go about the rest of the business within the pre-shop routine. So hold on to this for a moment, go and practice this, see what happens, see what you experience, reflect on that experience, and tomorrow we'll talk about some of the cognitive effects, and then we'll start linking in the whole pre-shop routine ideas and suggestions. The disappointing part of this obviously is we can't go out on the golf course and do this for the moment, but I'm going to show you a way later on over the next couple of days that we can start to have fun with this. So in the meanwhile, practice this exercise, post any questions to me, stay safe.